it's charging. It was the charging part. Today I will be looking at some Shimano Steps batteries and just talk a little bit about them. I don't know very much about them, and I haven't ever fixed a Shimano battery because we do not accept them. I think they are too complicated and not worth our time. So we sell new Shimano Steps batteries instead. But there are a couple of things that you actually can fix and that we sell spare part for. They do have a pretty robust charging port, but sometimes that break and we have that as a spare. Same for the discharging port. They seldom break, but when they do, you do want to replace them rather than buying a new battery. And here we can also see the lid is broken, and we have a couple of those. Sometimes people drop their batteries and there are cracks in the case, and we sell them used cases. We do get a lot of questions about Shimano, especially here on YouTube, but I really don't know a lot about them. However, I do think I know something that most people don't. I do think I know who actually manufacture them. Because as you know, Shimano makes bicycle parts. They are not a battery expert by far. They pretty recently entered that market 10 or 12 years ago, so I believe most of their things are actually made by other companies. And I'm pretty sure the batteries are mostly made by Darfon. Here I have another one that's been on my shelf for a while. Maybe it's in sleepy mode. Yeah, it's the technical term. Yeah, you can maybe see why we don't repair them, especially this one. They have flex cable, which are very difficult to work with. However, I've gotten used to work with flex cables on the DeWalt batteries, so removing this seems rather easy now. But I'm not sure if you can replace the cells if the electronics still work. Yeah, it's 27. Yeah, I'll pump some juice into that and see if it takes a charge. And this one was missing the charging port. I will see if I have any spare. Oh, it's 28.2. Try and pump some juice into that as well. I believe they're very picky and need to be exactly 3 volts per cell. Then we had the last one, and they are difficult to open, and I don't know of any way of opening them without damaging these plastic covers. But it's probably intended to be that way to make sure people don't open and mess with their batteries. I usually take something sharp. A nail would work. And then you can pull it out. And I think they're using Torx 15. Anti-tamper version. Security Torx. Not 15, then it must be 10. No, both of these are 15. But, oh, that one has a smaller inner pin. So you need a T15 with a larger hole. And that's sneaky, Shimano. That's pretty sneaky. But maybe there are different standards. It really slides out beautifully. That's a nice case. Oh, it's 36.5. That's pretty good. And an average 3.66. So no unbalance, but it didn't want to charge. Try it again. Always try it twice. Charger is connected, but that one is blank. Charge the one that wanted to charge. Yeah, then it turns yellow. Okay, and it's black when it's idle. Okay, it's not lighting up, it's blinking, some kind of error. So we could try it with another charging port. Let's see if I have any. No, it's blinking, so it's not the charging port. So the only thing we can do is sell the individual parts as spare part and see if we can get something from the cell. This is the 1840, which is only 400 watt hours, but I do think that these only exist in 400 watt hours. I haven't seen any other in Sweden, at least that I could order. And we saved the BMS even though I don't think we can repair them. Let's just do a little bit of disassembly. So that's how I remove it without hopefully damaging anything. But we only sell them as a spare part. I save the BMS in case we need them someday. But the cells we get a few bucks for on auction. I will try and revive the other two. 3.6, no charge, no indicator. Can still use it to jump this one. Let's go get a resistor. Do have a new power resistor I want to try out. 50 watt. This is a good pace. Really good pace. We're almost up to 3 volts. Check the indicator. Nope, nothing yet. Let's try the charger again. It turns orange, but then it's blinking. Let's do it one more try. That means that you basically cannot fix Shimano Steps batteries, since if they ever lose power when the cells go under voltage, which you do when you replace the cells, they will remember that and not work. It actually shows 1 dot, but it doesn't want to charge. And I also stumbled upon someone in Slovakia called M-Cells, which actually do Shimano Steps battery repair. So it might be possible to replace the cells. It's not even recognizing a charger. Let's open it up. I deem them a no repair, but we don't see them that often in Sweden. And then we had M15s, the large center hole. Why no charge, buddy? 31.31. Yeah, no unbalance in this either. Yes, disassembly. I don't know what's wrong, and if you can do something with it, in my opinion, you need to program them. But there could be exceptions. But I haven't taken apart a working one yet. Maybe we can do that. Well, we open it up, so let's try another charging port. Oh, it's charging. It was the charging part. This is the first time I fixed a Shimano Steps battery. It was a 14 ampere hour version. Let's try the old one again. No reaction. Yeah, we will take apart that port and see. There could have been a short circuit. There's also some damage. There's a small part missing. So maybe he jammed his keys into here. That happens a lot. And then there's a short circuit in this ship. That might be why it's not working. And there we go. Where are the components? It doesn't seem to be, so maybe it's just a connection light. Why are there solder points? Could there be components inside this ship? 5-wire connector, 2 for power and 3 additional ones. There seems to be just a connection plate with no additional component, but this is most likely test points, so they can measure with the machine that everything is connected properly. Yeah, pretty cool. And I managed to fix a battery. Yeah, a Shimano one. Skull. Oh, I almost spilled on the battery. I did spill on the battery.